So just got out of the locker room. Guys did a nice job of sticking together during our adversity, and I told them the reason we could do that is because of the relationships we've built in the building. And the guys have always been tight, always been determined, and super excited about that. And let me digress for a second. My condolences to the Butkus family. My deepest sympathies to them. I had several chances to visit with Dick during the time that I've been here, and it's always great talking to him, because he's one of my idols growing up, being a linebacker. And we had some good talks about reading keys and a lot of different things. But again, my condolences to the family for sure there. In terms of the game, obviously the first half, nice job with the offense, scoring on every possession. I thought we played some really good complementary football, getting a couple of 3-and-outs there to start. On defense, I thought the defense played well. And really it was about the ball. I've always talked about that with the guys, and I know when I said to them, when we get that right, we'll be right. We were +2 today, so that was a big part of it. Obviously, DJ Moore is going to be a big story. You saw in his skill and talent level out there today. And, just an amazing player. And Justin did a really good job of feeding him today. I thought that was really, really nice. And, the offense operated good at the end. To close out games, you're going to have to make plays to finish the game, and that's the big thing we needed. And we built some momentum last week. This is a whole new group that we have. A lot of rookies. We got a lot of free agents that are coming together, and we felt the momentum building last week, and we just needed to finish better. And the guys pulled together last week and did a nice job of finishing this game. And every game's different. You have a bunch of different set of circumstances, the score, the time, the skill level you're playing against, so there's a lot of things that go into it. And I want to commend our offensive line really today because of all the lineup changes going against that defensive line, because that was one of our keys to victory was being able to do a decent job against that line. We knew they were going to have some pressures. They had 3 sacks, but Coach Morgan, Coach Steckel did an excellent job of shuffling those guys around there. Cody came in, did an excellent job at center. JT was in at guard. Tevin was just back. So they did a really good job of sticking together and giving Justin the time he needed to throw the ball during the game. So with that, I'll open up to questions.
What did you see from Justin tonight? Overall picture. Explosive first half, kind of weathering kind of a drought there in the second half and then the end.
Yeah, just poise. I saw poise the entire time. You can see him being comfortable in the pocket, going through his reads. Delivering the ball on time, but that takes everybody. It takes the receivers, being in the right spot. It takes the protection, and that's what I saw. And my favorite play of the day was when he scrambled and slid at the end. Because that was very smart. Me being a defensive guy, to get the clock out of there. Whittle the clock down. But excellent job, and he's really learning. The position, learning the offense, and he's just growing, and now he's starting to get the fruits of his labor here the last couple of weeks, and we're just going to build on that momentum.
How big were some of the contributions from the young guys on defense, like Stroman and Smith, getting turnovers?
Yeah, that's big. Those guys are young. We put them in there, and we have no problem putting them in there because they're talented players, and they did a nice job. We talked about everybody taking a swing at it. And they did a good job of taking the ball away. So Stroman's interception was outstanding. We were in a coverage that dictates him to follow that guy inside there like that. He did a nice job stepping in front of it. So that was really good. And then really Smitty was just will. He just willed it to happen. And the guys stayed up and did a great job of raking the ball out, and then recovering it. So it was really, really good play.
What did it mean to walk into a winning locker room?
Yeah, that's why you get into coaching. Been coaching 32 years. So. When I started doing it, I was 22 and 9 months. I was coaching the guys that I played with. So that was a little weird, but it's fun because you get to see the smiles and the joy for their hard work. All the staff members, the coaches. It's a lot of work that you put into this. We've gone through some adversity, but we learn lessons from that adversity. Those things harden you a little bit. So it's going to be fun going forward.
What were you feeling when DJ Moore broke away for that game-sealing touchdown in the fourth quarter? Like your own emotions?
Yeah, I was right there. I saw it, and right there on the sideline. And man, he's just an amazing athlete to be able to take that ball and then just the way he catches and concentrates. The guy tried to step in front of it, and he just has great concentration. And that's every day. He's like that. So he's a true pro. He's our hardest worker, which is really really cool to say. Because he's a really good player, and he's a great example to model after.
With the understanding that the next game is a new game, what does a result like this do for your process?
It's just it's really the fruits of the labor, right? It's guys sticking together, guys working hard during practice, and now they see results from it. It gets frustrating, with the players, and I understand that, and I've talked to every one of them about that. I said I understand the frustration, but you have to stick, stay positive. Your eyes have always got to be forward. And this is going to be no different. I'm going to get in there on Monday. I'm going to say, hey, guys, there's corrections here that need to be made. How you get better as a football team is make those corrections, okay, and get better from your performance. If you win by 20 or you lost by 3, that's what it is. That's how we're going to get better as a team.
Washington's kind of hanging around and chipping away in the second half, and you're just a couple days removed from a game which the other team came back. I mean, you say anything to these guys, or you trust them enough that they're going to kind of respond there and dig in?
Yeah, that was the message. That was the message all week about finishing. And what you do is you finish with detail. You finish with cycle of the snap. You finish playing one play. And you can't look at the scoreboard. You just got to have an opportunity. Hey, I'm playing this one play, and if you keep it that way, execution is going to be good. And that's what they did today.
What kind of defensive arrangement went into trying to stop Sam Howell on that O-line?
Yeah, I mean, at the second half, because of the score the way it was, that was pretty much a pass game from there. But again, the first half, obviously their line blocks really well in the run game. Their runners are strong and they get downhill, and we were definitely concerned about that going into it. The tackling aspect of those guys. So once they got into a passing game, we got a chance to rush the passer. We obviously blitzed a few times and got some pressure that way too. But that's how we handled the game.
You guys got a lot more pressure today, seemingly, with just rushing forward, especially that drive right before the middle of the first half.
Yep.
Got home, some pressure like 3 straight times. What unlocked for the front in terms of just being able to get home before?
Yeah, I mean, just pinning their ears back, right? In their approach angle, their move area, just doing the basics of rush. And, those guys are starting to work together more. And I think the continuity's starting to gel and be there. So hopefully we can build upon that.
What was it like trying to juggle some of the running back depletion that you had going on?
Yeah, that was big. It was big for a while because we had a couple guys down. So KB stepped in there, and I thought he did a nice job. In the 4-minute drill, did a really nice job of moving the line and making a couple nice cuts and protecting the football. He did a nice job there.
And Herbert.
Changed the last couple of weeks. We talked about playing prayer, obviously. Really 2 games left.
Yeah, I just think he's growing. I just think he's growing in the system, and I think we're doing a good job of really knowing his skill, and he's doing a great job of communicating with us during the week what he likes and what he doesn't like, and it's just an open communication, and that's how you got to be with your quarterback, and he's really doing a nice job of growing.
Herbert came back in briefly and then left and just couldn't go, just couldn't do it, or he didn't aggravate it after that, did he?
I don't know yet. I really don't know. I don't know. I got to talk to the trainers. I don't know the whole detail of it yet.
Matt, late first half to get that takeaway from Greg and then turn it into a touchdown. How big of a swing was that for you guys just to do that swing?
Yeah, those are always big. The takeaway is huge. It sets field. You stop a possession. There's a lot of things to that. It's we have to do a better job of that. We haven't done a good enough job of that, but we did tonight. So we got to build upon that, and it's always hard to get those. But again, you got to be fanatical about it, and it's got to be done in practice first, and then it'll be done in the games.
Matt, what was your vantage point of the PI flag that got picked up?
Yeah, it was good. I was about 10 feet away from it, so it was really good, and I thought it was a good call to pick it up. I really did. I thought that he looked back. I thought there was minimal contact, and he looked back for the ball. And the back judge came in, very experienced guy that's been in the league 16 years, and did a nice job of making that right.
What was your vantage point on the play? DJ Moore allegedly stepped out of bounds. He said,
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that. I'm not going to comment on that one. So.
You mentioned DJ being your hardest worker, but what was it about him that you guys identified that he had to be in that straight that we needed?
Yeah, just because of his reputation of that. He is a hard worker, and he's a great teammate. He's a great teammate. He uplifts everybody. He helps others, and he works. And, you know, put together with it being a great player, that's why we wanted him.
Thanks, guys.